Referred to often as the capital of the happiest country on earth and the center of the designer goods universe, this city has a love for cycling, cobblestone streets, pastries, sustainability, and clogs. Visiting here will no doubt give you an idea just about how bright, vibrant, and clean a city can be. Today, we are flying to Denmark to tackle the beautiful capital city of Copenhagen. Hey, I'm Jacob. Welcome to Destinations Explained, a fun series we do that dives into destinations from around the world. If you've watched before, welcome back. And if you haven't, it's great to have you. If you haven't already, like this video, watch till the end, and write down below what destination we should cover next. Here we go. So, back to Copenhagen. The history goes far beyond anything we will ever see here stateside. Way back in the 10th century, a small village sat where the beaming city is today. It began as a Viking fishing village, which only grew until the early 15th century when it became the official capital of Denmark. During the Renaissance period, the city served as a capital as the seat of government for the Kalmar Union, which governed the entire present-day Nordic Union, so basically Sweden and Norway. By the way, I always hear about the playful yet serious hatred between the Nordic countries. Can someone please explain that in the comments below? Anyway, the union was great up until the 16th century when it was dissolved as a result of a rebellion. And of course, in the 18th century, the plague and a massive fire hit, which started the rebuilding of the city. In the 20th century, Copenhagen had become a thriving industrial city with investments such as government, infrastructure, housing, and a railway station. Add in the fact that they remained neutral in World War I, which allowed them to benefit for providing goods to countries participating. Fast forward quite a bit because this isn't a history lesson, and we see Copenhagen as a thriving metropolis that it is today. Copenhagen is located on the eastern shore of the island of Zealand and faces the strait of water that separates Denmark from Sweden, known as the Øresund. Keep in mind my pronunciation of some of these Danish words will be atrocious throughout this video, so sorry in advance. Most of the city sits on low-lying flat ground, so you won't be getting much of a calf workout walking around. Copenhagen weather is pretty desirable, especially in the summer months, showing an average high of 72 degrees Fahrenheit and an average low of 60 degrees Fahrenheit, with winters being manageable with an average high of 38 degrees Fahrenheit and an average low of 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and seeing an average of 21 days of snow per year. Copenhagen is recognized as one of the most environmentally friendly cities on the planet. This includes heavy investments in wind, sewage treatment, and water quality. You can also see the results just walking around the street. There is virtually no trash, which seems to be a nice consequence of the investment, but also seems to be a pride of cleanliness ingrained in the culture there. The population of Copenhagen is 763,000 people, seeing a recent boom from the late 1990s and early 2000s caused by a mass immigration into Denmark. As mentioned in the intro, Copenhagen takes immense pride in maintaining happy citizens and consistently ranks high for its quality of life. Its stable economy, combined with the educational services and social protection, makes it an attractive place to live and visit. Luckily, for our English-speaking viewers, 86% of the population of Denmark speaks English as a second language, so getting around is relatively easy. So, we've gone over the background, so let's dive in some cool things to do in the happy city of Copenhagen. If you watched us before, you know that we like to section everything off into categories. So we'll start off with tourist attractions, and then we'll eventually go into restaurants and things like that. Also, we got all this stuff in the description down below, nice and organized for you, so here we go. Number 1 on our list for tourist destinations is Rosenborg Castle. Built in 1606, this behemoth was used by Danish regents as a residence until 1710. It's an incredible place to go take in Danish history and Renaissance architecture. Knight's Hall is one of the main attractions, with coronation thrones and life-size silver lions posting guard. It also has one of the world's finest Venetian glass collations, which is incredible to view. While you're there, you'll also be able to see the crowns of Danish queens and kings, which will remind you just how much wealth you don't have. It all sits in a beautiful setting, including a magnificent rose garden, which is open for viewing as well. Nyhavn is one of the most scenic places we were lucky enough to be at in Copenhagen. You'll know it when you see it, as it's lined with its distinctive 17th century, brightly colored townhomes sitting feet away from a canal lined with sailboats. Nyhavn translates to New Harbor, and it began its life as a commercial port packed with sailors, prostitutes, and alehouses. Now, it's home to residents, restaurants, music, and an amazing atmosphere. It's largely said to be an amazing end to a long day because its beautiful sunset and options for drinks and relaxation spots. It's fairly centrally located in Copenhagen, so it can honestly make a good regular stop if you're planning to spend multiple nights here. Definitely a must-see for all the senses. The Danish Architecture Center is a place you're gonna wanna check out if you have kids with you on your trip, or if you're a kid at heart like us. The building certainly lives up to its name, with tall glass windows and a beautifully modern space sitting right next to the water. One of the things that make Copenhagen seen as one of the most livable cities is its beautiful architecture. Visiting this center will have you enjoying exhibitions about famous architects and engineers, as well as participating in plenty of cultural activities. And there's food and drink available if you want to kill two birds with one stone. I'll admit, I have a soft spot for amusement parks. Maybe it was my parents taking me to Astroworld in Houston as a kid. I will absolutely always love the roller coasters. So I have to say, you can't skip Tivoli Gardens. You also won't be able to miss the beautiful arched entrance. The park opened in 1843. It's open April through September. It has an antique roller coaster, which sounds a bit scary if you ask me. But knowing Danish architecture, it's probably safer than most modern rides. And they have live entertainment at a concert hall. It's an absolutely enchanting place that mixes the antique with the modern in a way that flows so well. This place will no doubt give you the thrills and awe you're looking for. Oh man, this place was incredible when we visited Copenhagen. Torvehallerne. It's an urban covered marketplace featuring stalls with the local produce, gourmet foods, beverages, and desserts. I mean, seriously, anything from gourmet honeys to a variety of sausages to any kind of cheese you can imagine. Both in a form you can take home to prepare yourself or fully prepared to eat right there in the beautiful scenery. It's bustling with friendly faces, families, and children. Everyone's invited. It's also incredibly clean, if you can imagine that. Unlike many street food areas around the world you go to, this is almost like gourmet restaurant ambience in a vibey and relaxed atmosphere. A must-see. Now moving over to the more naturey bunch that wants to visit Copenhagen. We will open up with Frederiksberg Gardens. I'm also a massive fan of gardens, usually because of my morning walks with coffee in hand. This one is an 18th century English style landscape garden with folies, lakes, woodland, and lawns. It's one of the largest, if not the largest gardens in Copenhagen and surrounds Frederiksberg Palace. Feel free to row a boat through the canals or go for a peaceful stroll through the many fields and trees. You can also come here to catch various cultural events during the summertime, like music festivals, bonfires, or Midsummer's Eve. The best part of all, it's admission free, so you frugal travelers have no reason to miss this one. Alright, I'll give you one guess what you get to do at Kayak Republic in Copenhagen. Since you probably got it wrong, let me explain. Kayak Republic is your one-stop shop for a unique kayaking experience in Copenhagen. They run 2-hour tours daily through the city's beautiful canals with a special focus on architecture and history, which will give you true meaning to the endless amazing buildings, streets, and food you're probably taking in visually. They provide you with all the equipment you need, including jackets, dry bags, and of course, your kayak. Now, you don't have to be the Michael Phelps of kayaking to do this, but it is recommended that you can keep your balance and row to a decent degree. This one is a good one for you active learners. Amager Strandpark is over 4 kilometers of sandy beach with swimming, outdoor exercising, kayaking, running, and just general relaxing. It has an open-air, small grassy area at the south end of the park, occasionally used for concerts. It's also a very popular place to skateboard. A few of the things that make it an easy choice is its ease of access, its free entry, and generally just being a nice relaxing gem in the area. Go here if you're unsure what to do next, and just chill and brainstorm at a place everyone will enjoy. Lying north of Copenhagen, you'll find an enchanting forest park known as Jægersborg Dyrehave. Look, I'm sorry I'm butchering every single Danish word, but what do you expect? Look at these 2 letters touching. What sound does that even make? So anyway, this old hunting ground north of Copenhagen has incredibly beautiful landscapes and is teeming with wildlife. Specifically, it's known for its huge oak trees and large population of red and fallow deer. And if you haven't seen a fallow deer, they're pretty cool. Every single one of them has these white spots, and the males have these huge antlers that hang over the rest of their bodies. Or the Hermitage Palace, which is an old royal hunting lodge. The primeval history that you'll see here is absolutely unreal. Another 30-minute drive north of Denmark and you'll find the Louisiana Museum of Modern Art, a palace of modern and contemporary art that's well worth a day trip. Simply take a train to Hummelbach Station. This museum is actually one of the most respected museums of modern art in the world. In addition to some of the incredible work you'll see there, its location is stunning. In one room, you'll find floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the river the building is located on. This is one you'll have to see in person to truly take in with all its glory. Behind the nature section, you'll find my second favorite part of every Destinations Explained video, which is the food. Not only do I get hungry talking about the food in all these amazing places, but when doing research for these videos, I have to go through all these menus and pictures of delicious food. It's truly a nightmare. But nevertheless, we are talking about a place called Jægersborggade, which actually isn't a restaurant itself, but a trendy street with small shops and food places. Truly a hub for hipsters and trendy locals. Started by a young chef who opened a Michelin star restaurant, Relay. Many young businesses follow suit after creating the amazing environment you'll see today. The decor can be described as modern, sustainable, and minimalist. You'll find yourself being inspired by the locally grown organic ingredients or the vast knowledge of wine pairings. Even if you only have time for one stop here, you must come. Durum Bar is located in the heart of Nyboders, next to one of the hippest streets of all of Copenhagen, namely Steffensgade. It's been serving great durum and pita kebabs to the hungry partygoers of the former bar, Drone, but also to the native Nyboders who just enjoy a great fast food meal. Durum Bar finished second in 2016 of the Nyboders Championship in shawarma, edged out by Kusum, who won the prestigious title for the second consecutive year. The bread is freshly made, the veggies are juicy, and sustainable. Let's not forget sustainable. And the meat tastes great with a nice level of spice. This is a perfect place to stop in for a quick bite. If you're in a mood for traditional Danish food, which I mean, you're in Copenhagen, how can you not be in the mood for traditional Danish food? What are you, American? You have to try Nyboders Køkken. Typically, you'll find that you're the only non-Danish people in the restaurant if you're visiting, which can be a crazy cool and authentic feeling. If you're not used to this style of food, it may seem odd, but trust me, it's tasty. It could be steamed fish on toast, a side of asparagus, some wine, and a nice bowl of red porridge for dessert. This place sets the bar high for local cuisine with its excellent service and superior ambience. Alright, here we go, again with the strange letters. Høst. That O has a line through it. How is that different from a regular O? But yeah, this place serves contemporary Nordic cuisine with a stylish dining room with white walls and rustic wooden tables. Some people describe this as one of the most memorable meals they've ever had. The interior is very intimate and has an upscale vibe. If you do this meal right, it will be multiple courses, wine pairings, local beers, exquisite food, and top-notch service. This is one meal that you'll definitely be coming for the experience, so take your time with this one. I would recommend booking your seat in advance because they take immense pride in each customer's experience, so they're careful to not overcrowd or rush. This is one of the places that I hate researching because of how good it looks. If you're in a mood for barbecue in Copenhagen, I recommend Warpigs Brewpub. It's a spacious, laid-back eatery for slow-cooked barbecue meats, hearty sides and beers, plus patio seating. Exposed rafters and ducts are a result of the brewpub being located in a historic district, which means pretty much everything has a historic vibe about it. Warpigs serves, well, meat and beer, and they do it extremely well. 2 smokers that can slow cook 2 tons of meat a day means they're the largest smoking operation in Europe, and that you have a one-way ticket to Meat City. They sell out regularly, so get there early to enjoy. The atmosphere is something you can't beat here. It has a rough and rowdy feel, so like one guest famously said, Warpigs is a place where you can have fun and be a little loud without worrying about disturbing other guests. It's located in Copenhagen, which is Copenhagen's meatpacking district. This place has so much history in itself with its creative cluster of galleries, nightlife, and restaurants. In addition to eating all the meat you can handle, walk around the district and take it all in. Last on our restaurant list is Noma. It is Chef Rene Redzepi's gastronomic mecca, creating world-class dishes presented in 20-course meals that are based on the top ingredients available during any given season. Noma has been called one of the 50 best restaurants in the world. You most Definitely must book in advance if you want to experience this culinary masterpiece. The food is Nordic, with plates like white asparagus with poached egg yolk and sauce of Woodruff, or a dish called the hen and the egg, which consists of potato chips, wild duck egg, slightly wet hay, salt herbs, wild forest plants, thyme, butter, and wild ransom sauce. But if that ain't enough, don't worry, you have 18 more courses to go. This is a Michelin star restaurant, and the whole staff are like trained ninjas of food service. This place will leave nothing to be desired as your deepest culinary dreams come to life at Noma. As always, we put in a coffee place to enjoy after you're undoubtedly added on 25 pounds via food intake from the previous section of the video. Paludan Bog Café. Bring your own book or borrow one from the shop while you enjoy a wonderful cup of coffee or a tasty meal in Copenhagen's city center. Called Denmark's oldest book cafe, it's a place to nestle in quietly to go on a literary journey or scroll through TikTok videos. The service and ambience is very pleasant. They even have a gallery on premise for your view and pleasure. For dessert, because you earned it of course, stop at Sliders for a burger if you want, but more importantly, get a shake. The sliders are indeed fantastic with braised meat and brie as the cheese of choice with crispy but fluffy buns. You have to grab a Chocanella shake, which is vanilla soft ice cream, chocolate sauce, caramel glazed popcorn, and flakes of white chocolate. Seriously, this place is super good. The nightlife part of Destinations Explained, where we add alcohol to the mix of nature and food that we've experienced so far. Start your evening off at the Barking Dog, which is a modern take on a cocktail bar that some call a cocktail pub. It's a very chill space with intimate lighting and lower ceilings, giving a very cozy vibe. The drink list is very eclectic, so come expecting something you haven't had before, and don't just order a boring drink you can get anywhere. Music is very low, which encourages very small talk and deep conversation. This place is very chill. BRUS is a nice place to come for a craft beer. It's complete with a brewery, beautiful bar area, and a restaurant and shop, so there's more than just beer. Upon walking in, you'll notice the large oak barrels and fermentation tanks, which we all know the beer tastes better when you can see the exposed brewing operation that made it. The vast amount of microbrews on tap will amaze you. One that amazes me was the Carrot Cake Imperial Stout. I know, right? So now you get an understanding of just how wild these beers can get. Dupong is a nice little niche bar with 2 floors, where the top floor contains foosball and table tennis. The bottom floor has more of a casual bar setting, where you can sit and relax and avoid the chaos of the around-the-world game of table tennis. Dupong offers both drinks and bottled beers at favorable prices, and it's located centrally in the heart of Inner Nørrebro. Happy hour is Wednesdays and Thursdays till midnight, and the beers are acquired cheaply at 4 or 5 bottles at a time. Again, this is the place to come if you're a kid at heart, or an internationally recognized ping pong champion. Mikkeller Bar is a beer lover's mecca serving locally brewed draft beers in a stylish Scandinavian minimalist structure. Its unique location has it tucked away under the street, giving it a cozy basement style feel. And for this place to have such an amazing range of beers is nothing short of amazing. One guest previously said Mikkeller produces some of the best beers in town, if not the world. If that's not a reason enough to come to Copenhagen to get smashed, I don't know what is. Bastard Cafe has taken Copenhagen by storm. You have to love the name, creating a nice space for everyone who shares the love of board games. Bastard Cafe combines the nice Hygge Cafe setup alongside thousands of different games that you'll be able to play. A few games are free to play, but others require a modest fee of 125 Danish krones per year, or 25 Danish krones per day. Bastard Cafe is immensely popular. To get a place to sit and play without reservations is incredibly fun. It can get rather busy, so be cognizant of the times you come, but your inner kid is calling. And coming in today with the honorable mention of cool things to do in Copenhagen is the Forgotten Giants. Basically, they're these big wooden sculptures hidden all around Copenhagen, and it's wonderful fun to make a treasure hunt to find all 6. And before we go, here's some extra cool tips to help you with your trip. Like most European cities, you do not have to tip at restaurants in Copenhagen. Gratuity is already added to your bill. If a waiter stands around expectantly waiting for you to hit yes on the card machine, it's because he or she knows you're a tourist and might not know any better. But hey, you have to admire the hustle. When you're walking around, don't step in the bike lanes. It's a biking city, so you have to respect that. Make sure if you rent a bike for yourself, you always use proper hand signals when stopping or turning. All in all, Copenhagen is a wonderful city to come and explore. You'll undoubtedly meet amazing people, eat amazing food, and see amazing sights. And that's all that we can ever ask for in a destination. So, thanks for watching Destinations Explained. This one was definitely a fun one to make. If we missed one of your favorite places, make sure to write it down below to let everyone know. And while you're down there, go ahead and recommend the next destination we should cover. We love hearing your suggestions, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.
Before you go, I just wanted to let you know we make our living creating free content and resources for you, and it's made possible by you viewers supporting us through sponsors like Audible. If you sign up for a free trial through our link, www.audibletrial.com/venture, you'll get any audiobook of your choosing for free, and we'll get a small commission so we can keep making these entertaining videos. And if you end up canceling your free trial and not going for the full membership, it costs you nothing, and you get to keep the audiobook. So at the end of the day, you could get a free audiobook, support us, and not have to pay anything if you try it out through our link. My current favorite title is Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, which was actually just released in audiobook form. It's all about the habits and rituals of some of the world's most successful people. So if you wouldn't mind, go get a free book through our link. It helps more than you know, and we very much appreciate it. See you guys later.